Hey, it's David Baer, and in today's video, we're going to look at Breakthrough Advertising by Eugene Schwartz through the lens of artificial intelligence and analyzing a campaign idea against the principles in the book. Now, if you don't know the book, Breakthrough Advertising is a masterpiece and one that is highly referenced in the copywriting world when it comes to how to position an offer, understanding the relevance of where the market is at any given time, and therefore interpreting what you're trying to sell based on the sort of core definitions of both market awareness as well as the sophistication of the marketplace around the problem you're attempting to solve and the solutions that exist, both yours and others in the market. So let's actually grab a prompt which I've prepared, and we will drop that in here to ChatGPT. And this is a fairly long prompt. What it's doing is it's breaking down the general idea of the book and saying, basically, I'd like you to take the idea that I'm about to give you and then reference the book Breakthrough Advertising and the ideas inside of it, and then give me feedback based on those ideas. And this is an approach that you can take pretty much with any book that is teaching a process or a framework or a structure to address a problem or a need in business or life. So that's what we're doing. It's now saying, great, I understand what you want, and go ahead and give me the information. Now, to save us all time, I've actually typed this out ahead of time. And what I'm going to do is ask it for feedback on a project that I'm working on with a colleague called Direct Mail Insiders. And let me read this out to you so you understand what it is. So Direct Mail Insiders is a training and coaching program for marketers, so marketing service providers, interested in incorporating direct mail into their client projects. It also teaches direct response principles and strategic marketing concepts, which can be applied across many different marketing media. So it's not just around direct mail, but we're teaching it through the lens of direct mail. Now, I'm giving it that information because I wanted to provide some context for what it is that we're actually selling. Now I'm following the instructions that I've given it, which is basically to ask me to provide details on the process of our campaign. So I wrote process because that's the little tip off that I put in the instructions up here above, right? Process, command. Because this is intended to be an exclusive program and we want to develop close working relationships with participating agencies, the marketing is done through networking. And actually, let me say, let's say limited to a few dozen at most. Okay, so just to give a sense of like how limited we want this program to be. The marketing is done through networking and online educational workshops where an offer is presented to join the program. So sort of like a webinar, sales webinar approach, plus networking on places like LinkedIn or Alignable or other places where we can connect with marketers who may have some interest. So I'm going to go ahead and now run this, and let's see what some of the results might be. So ChatGPT is basically looking at the concepts in the book and judging the idea that I've just shared against those concepts. So first, it's talking about the concept of mass desire. And it's saying that the primary mass desire targeted here is professional growth of marketers and their need to gain exclusive knowledge and skills in direct mail and direct response marketing. This is an area that actually is not familiar to many marketers, particularly marketers who are very comfortable and familiar as native to the digital space, but may not understand the similarities and differences that direct mail may hold. And so some will have an interest in expanding their knowledge and having professional growth. And that's like a really good point here. So alignment with the core desire. The campaign's messaging should focus on the exclusivity and the high-level expertise imparted through the program, which aligns well with the desire for professional differentiation and advanced skill sets. Awesome. Okay, so it's not telling us that we're broken and we have no idea what we're doing. Now it's going to get into a little bit more of the nitty-gritty. So looking at how new is this concept? There's a novelty in revisiting an older marketing medium and integrating it with current strategic marketing concepts. So that's useful to know. And talking about having a fresh angle, the program can position itself as a bridge between classic marketing techniques and modern strategies, offering a comprehensive toolkit that enhances the value of marketers in a digital-first landscape. So I would agree that that's something that we're attempting to do, and maybe we want to find ways to do that. So it's giving me a recommendation about how to, because I've asked it to, but maybe this is something I'd like to get more information about, and so I can actually go further and have a dialogue with it on that particular point. How to establish a mechanism. In this book, there's a concept known as unique mechanism. So what makes this different from everything else out there? And so the mechanism through which the program addresses the mass desire is through its in-depth training modules and networking opportunities. It actually got that wrong. We don't have networking opportunities, but we're using networking to find folks. I guess indirectly we offer networking among our members, so maybe it didn't get that wrong. Maybe I'm thinking out loud here that it's an interesting interpretation. I hadn't thought of that in terms of a benefit. Differentiation from competitors. Well, the exclusivity and the promise of a close working relationship, which is what we're promising. We're basically saying my partner who has been in direct mail for 4 decades knows this world inside and out and can be a very close, active advisor to all of our members as they are running campaigns. Let's see, amplify the promise. So the promise seems to be access to high-level exclusive community with cutting-edge skills in a niche market. I'm not sure about the cutting-edge skills part, but yeah, there is exclusivity and there's deep knowledge in this certain area, as well as how it applies outside of the area of direct mail. So clarity and boldness. In short, the promise is clear in all communications, stating precisely what participants will gain and how it will impact their professional standing and capabilities. That's something I probably want to figure out how to do better. Enhancing the promise, use bold statements and clear visuals. Okay, so this is pretty generic and pretty general. I may want to go back and say, hey, I'd like a little bit more guidance here. Overcoming skepticism, and then other recommendations. So I'm going to actually ask it. Let's see if we can get a little bit deeper on this particular question of amplifying the process. So please give me more ideas and specific guidance on 4. Okay, 4 is the number here, and so it's going to understand what we're talking about. Now it's going to give me some ideas. So crafting a compelling narrative, highlight specific benefits, and now it's like giving me the structure. So learn to increase client response rates by X percentage, master direct mail strategies that can reduce your cost per acquisition by there. Okay, so that may or may not be what we're doing. Honestly, we can't guarantee this particular outcome without having the data of what that's going to look like for our type of clients who really there is no data on when a marketing agency goes from 0 to actually being active in direct mail. We don't have that data because it's not something that people are doing very much, and certainly nobody's measuring it and reporting on it at the moment. Data-driven proof points, that's useful. Leverage social proof, and so certainly we could take our current members. We have testimonials on the checkout page, but maybe we should think about having testimonials earlier on in the process as well. Time-limited bonuses, always a great idea. So there's some additional, ideas that I could follow up on. There was, some other stuff that I wanted to know a little bit more about in terms of, it was either the mass desire or the newness, I think, that we could keep, volleying back and forth and getting further ideas. But you see how powerful this can be to take a book and the specific concepts within that book and then be able to analyze your situation in your business against that structure, that framework, and be able to, go deeper, ask follow-up questions, because it is all built around the specific ideas and knowledge within a book or an area of expertise from, a notable name in a particular category, a particular space. So I hope that's been useful, that you've got some ideas for your business, and whether it's related to presenting an offer or operations within your business or anything else, the general concept of applying frameworks, processes, ideas, steps, structures that are taught in great business books could be really, really powerful, coupled with artificial intelligence. Hey, I'm David Baer from AI COTERIE. If you found value in what you saw here and you'd like help with additional ways to utilize and leverage artificial intelligence, please don't hesitate to reach out.